If you own a property and have a second mortgage on it, and if you want to keep this property and get rid of the second loan, attorney Shah Peerally can help. Call 510-742-5887. Due to the uncertain economy, many people have settled their debts for a fraction of its value. It's recommended to use an experienced lawyer to deal with it. Shah Peerally is an experienced debt settlement attorney and has handled hundreds of such cases successfully. There are no upfront fees for debt settlement. Only when you win, you pay. Call Shah Peerally, attorney at law, at 510-742-5887 or visit yourdebtsettlementattorney.com for a free assessment. This is just an advertisement. No attorney-client relationship is established by this ad. The law does not guarantee success. Call 510-742-5887.
Are you an H-1B visa holder? Do you have an I-140 petition approved or have an extension under AC-21 provisions? Are you on H-4 visa? If yes, we've got amazing news for you. As of May 26, 2015, you or your spouse on H-4 visa might be eligible for a work permit, aka EAD. And to apply, you need a lawyer who knows about H-4 visa issues. Lawyer Shah Peerally has been at the forefront of this fight for H-4 rights and has actually helped make this dream a reality. Now, his firm is ready to help you or your spouse get their EADs. Call 510-742-5887 or visit www.splgpc.com to apply for your EAD. This is an advertisement. No attorney-client relationship is created by this ad.
The Shah Peerally Law Group and IMI Law Help, Inc. are proud to announce the release of the Immigration Law Podcast on iTunes, Google Play, TuneIn, and other renowned podcast channels. Immigration Law Podcast was designed to provide the audience with information on various U.S. immigration issues. The podcasts are unique because they are presented by the prominent attorney, Shah Peerally, covering topics such as B1, B2 visas, visitor and business visas, H-1B visas, L-1 visas, O visas, EB-1 visas, student visas, perm labor certifications, national interest waivers, NIW, green cards, and citizenship. Although educational in nature, the podcasts provide a rare insight on immigration news and politics from an experienced lawyer's perspective. Immigration Law Podcasts, a unique perspective on immigration law. Download them from iTunes or Google Play. For more information, visit attorneyonair.com or call 510-742-5887. This is just an advertisement. No attorney-client relationship is created by this ad.
And now, from the San Francisco Bay Area studios, KLOK proudly presents to you the prominent attorney Shah Peerally for the Shah Peerally Law Show, coming at you with over 50,000 watts of power. The Shah Peerally Law Show, where all your views matter.
Hello everybody. Assalamu alaikum, Sastakar, Namaskar to all the listeners. This is attorney Shah Peerally for the Shah Peerally Law Show. As you know now, our show is on Thursdays and Friday night, midnight. So we wanted to discuss about many issues. Unfortunately, Monday shows, we are no longer doing the Monday shows live because of our commitments. And I wanted to thank you all for listening. We're still here on KLOK, moving strong. And today I have on the board with me Franco. I'm saying Marco Franco, and I'll be more than glad today to discuss about all the issues regarding immigration. First of all, anything I'm telling you today is for educational purposes only. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. I say special hi and thank you to all my friends listening, and I know we have callers already, Franco, but before I start taking the callers, the number to the studio, by the way, is 408-912-5565. We'll be taking all the questions regarding immigration. First of all, New Jersey, sad news. We have this train derailing, so we don't know. I don't have more information except it's sad, and our heart goes to all the people of New Jersey. I know I have a lot of friends there and a lot of clients there, so stay safe, and hopefully it is things will be sorted out there. And then also, of course, we have all the political debates going on. We didn't hear much about immigration except bad things from Donald Trump. And at this point in time, nobody really knows who's going to win. But things are getting closer and closer. Another maybe less than 1 month, a little bit more than 1 month for the elections. So things are going to change. So be ready for that. And another news also, we have a lot of people who are having companies who have filed H-1Bs now. Today we had one person, not today, I think a couple of days ago, getting arrested for H-1Bs, procurement of H-1Bs through fraud, which is kind of a big word, but they are kind of going after many of consulting companies. We'll talk about that. But let me take the callers first. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Hi.
Hello. Hi.
This is Gayatri.
Hi, Gayatri. How are you? Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Franco, I think I lost the call, so if you have another call, I'll take the other caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air. Hello? Okay. Sorry, I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. We might have some technical issues. So, again, today, if you want to call, the studio line is 408-912-5565. If you want to do a consultation, please call our office 510-742-5887. As a footnote here, we get almost 100 calls a day. Unfortunately, I cannot attend to all of them unless you schedule a consultation. Sometimes you can post your question on our forum, SP Law Forum. If I'm not too busy, I will answer. But the best is to do a consultation, 510-742-5887, and the number to the studio today is 408-912-5565. And if you are not getting the line, keep trying, because that's the way it goes. Too many people calling at the same time sometimes clog the line, and that's what happened right now. We lost the caller. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live in here. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi, Gayatri. How are you?
I'm good. We have a question regarding the green card processing with
Yes.
respect to H1 extensions.
Yes.
We are in the process of submitting the documentation for 485. And if in case we end up getting the biometrics appointment request when we are in India, because we are planning a trip to India soon. So how do we go accordingly? I mean, do we have to come in time and do the biometrics as per the appointment, or is there an option for us to reschedule or something?
Well, first of all, yes, you can reschedule. That's one thing, but make sure you reschedule on time and have the lawyer monitor it so that you don't lose the chance. And second, if you don't have an H-1B stamp, make sure you get an advance parole before traveling. Because if you file an adjustment of status and you leave, and you don't have an advance parole, they won't let you come back. So make sure your H-1B is good so that you can come back. Okay. As for the reschedule of biometrics, yes, you can. Okay, you can ask them to reschedule for you. Good luck to you. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live in air.
Hi, my name is Ravi. I have a question regarding travel to Canada.
Yes, go ahead.
So my in-laws travel from here, from US to Canada, and now they want to come back to US, and from here travel back to India. So will there be any issue coming back from Canada to US?
Yes and no, it all depends on the officer, but most of the time for elderly people, they don't give a hard time because they know they like to travel to, especially when they have relatives in different countries. But yes, it might happen. Only one time I saw that the officer refused at the airport, say, you were just in the US, why are you coming back? But 90% chances you won't have any problem. But sometimes they do. But very rarely. As long as you can explain why you're coming back here, you just went to Canada. How long did they stay before they going to Canada?
They stayed here for 3 months.
Okay. So they might ask them, hey, why you want to come back right now? You were 3 months. So if you have a good reason, explain that reason, okay?
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Good luck to you. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Hey, Shah. My name is Kapil, and I have a question regarding my firm.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, so my company filed my firm like a couple of months back. They got the prevailing wage determination, and currently it's going through the advertisement phase.
Yes.
I live in this West Coast, and they are moving me to the East Coast, New York. So I'm just not sure, is it going to impact my firm petition, which is already in process, or how's it going to impact my firm petition?
That's a very good question. It might, depending where the job offer ultimately will be. For example, you can be living on the East Coast, and then your final job offer will be on the West Coast. At that point, it is okay. But remember, the perm is for future employment, so you don't have to be working at the spot where they're filing it. But if you're permanently going to move on the East Coast, they have to redo the prevailing wage according to that county where you are in. So make sure that so I would recommend, if you're moving there permanently, to do another PWD there on the East Coast.
Okay, because it's like a client-based, it's a consulting company, and there's a new client. So I'm not sure how long I'll be staying there, but if it is like permanent as of now, should I just ask them to refile the prevailing wage determination?
No, but if it is, this is where it gets tricky, because if it is just a temporary movement and the company is located on the West Coast and you're going to be here on the West Coast, then it's fine. So it's very hard to tell until we know where exactly. But if the mother house and the company is on the West Coast, so keep it here. So it's just logic. As long as if you're moving permanently, then you have to do a new one. But if you're not, then you keep it on the same one. But be very careful which address you're putting, because that can become a problem down the road. Okay? All right?
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Good luck to you. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air. Hello? 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 I think I lost the caller, Franco. Do we have other callers? I'm so sorry today. We are suddenly everybody calling at the same time, and it just kind of clogged the line, so I apologize for that. Keep calling 408-912-5565. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Hi, I have a question. So
yes.
I'm filing my H1 amendment, and I wanted to file H4 and H4 EAD for my wife, but we might need to travel. So first question, is it okay if I file and she travels in the middle of the process? Second question, if not, if I have already filed it and she wants to travel, can I cancel her H4 once she's out of the country?
Okay, very good question. If you are doing only the EAD, she's already at H4, then no problem. You don't have to cancel it. But if you are transferring, for example, from F1 or another visa to H4, then filing the EAD, then you will need to wait, or don't file it. Let her come back, and then you come back on H4. When she come back on H4, then you file only the EAD. I talked about this a lot on my blog, h4toead.com, www.h4toead.com. You have to put the www. I don't know why, but it's there. I talked about that. If you are doing a change of status, then the change of status will die automatically when she leaves. But if you're not doing change of status or extension of status, then the best is to let her come back on H4, then apply for her EAD. It will go faster. Okay?
So what if I apply for H1 and H4 change of status? She's on OPT actually. So if I apply H1 and H4 and she travels, so will this application which I filed will be automatically cancelled and she can go for H4 stamping?
Yes. But you don't have to apply it. If you already know she's leaving, why waste the money?
No,
better to leave and come back.
Actually, that is not confirmed, but I have to file my H1 right away.
Yeah. You don't have to even cancel it. You can just leave. It will automatically be cancelled. But in case they ask you, you can tell them she left. Because by law, once you do an extension of status or change of status, and you leave, it dies by you leaving unless it's approved. Okay? All right. So good luck. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Hi, I have a question regarding renewal of U.S. passport.
Yes.
Which form do I fill it out?
The U.S. passport, you have to go to the post office. They will do it right there. It's not filled here. You fill it directly at the U.S. post office or the passport office. Just go to the post office. They will fill the form right there for you.
Oh, great. Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live in here.
Morning, Mr. Shah. Thanks for taking my call. My
You're
question
welcome.
relates to the EB2 data filing. From what I gather and read on Visa Bulletin, looks like USCIS is now honoring the April 2009 for the data filing for adjustment of status. Do you anticipate any further movement with respect to that in the coming months?
Well, I did a prediction last year, last week on my radio show. What I'm thinking is that I don't think they will increase the acceptance date higher, but I think only thing will be moving forward is a processing date. Probably until after the elections, then things are going to get moving. Right now, I don't anticipate they will take the chance, but there might be a chance it actually might retrogress to beginning of 2009. So for all those who are eligible right now, file it quickly, because if you don't, right now it's still on July 2009. In 2 days it will be on April. So make sure you guys are all filing. And if you are lucky, we might see a jump, but I don't think it. I think it will be either status quo or it will be retrogress. That's my anticipation so far.
Do you think after elections it will move towards the end of 2009?
It might, depending who wins the election, right?
Got it.
That question. Right now, everything is going by that.
The second question is, there is a 6-month satisfying period for, you have to work for your employer after your green card for 6 months, right? If a company A, where the employee files his green card, is being sold to company B, not because of his voluntary interest, but probably by the company's business interest, then how does it impact that 6-month satisfying rule?
Well, that 6-month satisfying rule is not even a rule. It's an accepted thing. We always tell people to do that, to be on the safe side. But if the job was genuine and they are changing you to another location, it doesn't change anything. You are still okay, because if it is a merger and acquisition, you're fine. But if you are getting laid off after that, you are still okay, because you can explain you work for that company for so many years. That problems become very serious if you are working for one company A and company B file for your green card, and then you have to move to B, or you never move to B. Then it becomes a big problem. Otherwise, if you have worked for that company for a long time, even you leave after 1 month, they will question you. But as long as you can show it was a genuine job offer, it is not a problem. But the 6-month or 1 year rule is something that we lawyers have kind of agreed on. That shows genuineness on the part of the employee. It's not a mandatory rule. Okay?
Okay, thank you. Thanks
Good
for the
luck.
answers.
Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, you're live on air.
Hi, I have a question regarding OPT.
Yes, go ahead.
So my OPT started in January, and my project, have reported to DSO in February. And then my payroll started running until May 31st, from March 31st to May 31st. So my question is, from May 31st till today, my payroll has stopped. So would I be able to apply for a OPT extension? I heard 150 unemployment days. So would that come under for the payroll?
Yeah, it all depends. This is the thing. If you have the regular OPT right now, right? The first year, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the first year OPT is not that strict, as long as you have a job. So you should be able to apply. But right now, quickly in my head, I cannot calculate the days on this call. But you might want to give me a call at the office. We can do a calculation. But I think you should be fine to apply. But make sure that you have not violated the original OPT, because the first year OPT is not that strict. As long as you don't violate that and your DSO is working with you, you should be able to get an STEM extension. Now, provided you fall into the STEM category. And remember, if you're working with a consulting company, the end client is the one who has to sign the Form 983. Many people don't know that, but 983 the employer can be signed as a consulting company, but the monitoring part of the 983 form has to be signed by the end client. So I don't think that days you miss. It all depends, because OPT first year, even you don't work for payment, you're okay as long as you have the job. But there are other issues that can come into play. But still, go ahead, file your STEM extension, okay?
But on initial OPT, it is not mandatory to run the payroll, right?
The first year, run payroll is a different issue. It is mandatory by state law. But under immigration law, no. So state law says you cannot make people work for free. Okay. But federal law doesn't require you to be paid under that. So, for example, you go work for a non-profit organization. You're working for free. You still satisfy the 1 year OPT because you're still working, but you're working volunteer. But volunteer cannot be done with a profit organization. So it's very, very tricky, and a lot of people get confused because the state law conflicting with federal law and immigration law, etc. So be careful. Just make sure everything is in compliance and file your paperwork. Okay?
I just have one more last question. So can I change my employer in the first period when the payroll ran? I was with a different employer and I have.
Yeah, I think I have. Your question is going to be too tricky. I think I have another caller, but you give me a call and we can talk a little bit more. 510-742-5887. Let me take another caller, Franco. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hi, my name is Naveen. I have a question regarding H1B. Currently, I'm on L2 EAD and I'm working in a company. And before joining this company, I'd applied for H1B. And in the lottery, my H1B got picked up. Now, since I'm already working on L2 EAD, I don't want to take the H1B with that particular small company. I would like to continue with the L2 EAD. Now, how do I let go my H1B and continue on L2 EAD itself?
Well, there are two ways to do that. First of all, we need to know if there was a change of status or council of processing.
It's a change of status.
Okay, so the best way is you have a stamp of L2 on your passport?
Yes, I do have it.
Okay, so what you need to do, you need to leave the country tomorrow, come back on October 2nd, and you will be back on track come back on L2. That's it.
Yeah. But what if I have not yet received the approval of H1B? I just got the I-797C form, and I haven't got the approval letter for the H1B. So what if I will get after October?
Yeah, as soon as you get the approval, you do exactly what I just told you. Because once you get the approval, what will happen? The case will be change of status. The other option is to cancel the H1B, which I don't recommend you doing because you never know when you might need it. Because once the H1B is approved, you become CAP exempt. So you might be able to revive that H1B when you need to. So my recommendation is as soon as you get an approval, the next day, if you live in the Bay Area or something, or close to, just go to Mexico in the morning, come back in the afternoon, and come back on L2. You should be fine. Okay?
Oh, I can do that. Okay, perfect. Good. Thanks a lot.
Good luck to you. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air. Hello? Hello? Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, just to let you know, I cannot answer long questions because that's what just happened right now. So many people are not very happy because they've been waiting on the line. So we will limit it to maybe one question. If it is a too short question, I will answer. I'll try my best. But if you want a specific case, your case in details, then the best is to do a consultation with us. The number to our office is 510-742-5887. I just don't want to be rude. At the same time, other people, we have to be fair. I have only a few minutes to continue on the show, so I have to give a chance to everybody. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Hi, Shah. This is Tapan.
Hi,
and first of all, thanks a lot. Your show is really helpful.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate your kind words.
I have one question regarding the H1B extension.
Yes.
My current I-797 is going to expire on July 2017. and I am a beneficiary of I-140 petition.
Yes.
Now, I am planning to travel to India in the month of January, and I am planning to come back in February.
Yes.
But let's say in a worst case, I have to stay there because of some other circumstances. Then is it possible to extend my I-797 from India?
Of course. That's what you have to do. Extend your I-797. By law, you can file for the extension 180 days before it expires. So if you're leaving around February, have your company even started, and it will be a consular processing. But do you have a stamp on your passport?
No, my stamp is expired.
Okay.
Actually.
Then as soon as it's approved, you can go and get your stamp and come back. But yes, even if you're in India, you can file the extension of 797, no problem. Okay?
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Good luck to you, sir. Thank you for your words, your kind words. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live in here.
Yeah, I have a question. A girl, she has H1 and she's getting married to a citizen, U.S. citizen, but she's going to go out of country and get married there. And once she comes back, how do you suggest her to go for a change of status?
Yeah, she does an adjustment of status because H1B is a dual intent visa. So there's nothing to hide. You just go ahead and explain that you got married and you're coming back, and then you can file for the adjustment of status. And if you need help, you can call us. We can handle it for you.
Okay, so if the registration already in that country, for marriage registered in that country will work here, or she will have to register again?
Yeah, very good question. Marriage from any country which is not against U.S. policy is recognized. Like India's marriage is recognized. Pakistan is recognized. The only time a marriage is not recognized if the marriage is against public policy. For example, bigamy. For example, in certain countries they have marriage which is not registered. Those will not be accepted. But as long as it's registered in India, yes, it will be accepted. So what you should do, get married, come back here, and when you come back here, you file for the adjustment of status. Within 3-4 months, you can file the work permit together. She gets a work permit within 90 days. And she will have an interview for her citizenship within like 6 months or so. And if she passes, she'll get her green card. Okay?
Thank you very much, Mr. Shah.
Good luck. And if you need help, give us a call. We can handle it.
Sure.
Congratulations to her for getting married. Okay?
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have some very, very interesting questions today, and it went all the way from biometric rescheduling, re-entry on the B1, labor certification, H1B amendment, passport, F1 student, OPT, etc. So I really appreciate your calls. Just to let you know, the reason I can keep this show going is because I have your support. I've been doing this show now for almost 7 years, and I'm very, very proud of the people listening, and I'm very proud of our work we have been able to do for the community. I am the president of a law firm, which is a profit law firm, but at the same time, this is my way to return it to the community as much as I can. I will explain to you. Unfortunately, whenever I give you this advice, it's not an advice that I can give on the radio. I can only give you informational background because the law is very strict on that. I am not trying to, because unless I sit down with you or talk to you on the phone for like half an hour, there's no way I can give you a perfect answer. But as much as possible, I answer your questions, simple questions, and I'm very happy for that. And now Franco telling me that I have another caller. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live in here.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hi, my name is Amit, and I have a question about H4 EAD status. So I'm on H1B visa.
Yes.
My wife is on H4 visa with EAD card. So my question is, if I change my employer, how does that affect my wife's H4 EAD card?
Yeah, that's a good question that I get all the time. It doesn't affect the EAD as long as the H4 is maintained properly. Remember, the EAD is attached to the H4. The H4 is attached to the H1. If you are doing a transfer which is properly done, you just have to file an extension for the H4 for your wife to be on the safe side, and the EAD will just follow the H4. So, but if the H1 breaks in the middle, the H4 will break and the EAD breaks.
Okay, I understand that. But my point is I-140 is with the previous employer, and if I get the new employer, they have to file I-140 again, right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter because Yeah, it doesn't matter. This is another good question. And actually, I covered that on a video yesterday or the day before. If you go on my YouTube channel youtube.com/Shah Peerally Law, or just go on www.h42ead.com. I posted the YouTube there. What it basically it is, the rule says clearly the I-140 does not have to be with the company where you're working. Okay, it can be with any company. Even if it is revoked, if the EAD was already obtained and it was revoked later, you still keep that EAD. The only time it will become a problem if you break the continuance of the H1. Then you will need a new I-140 if there's no I-140 from the past. So even the I-140 is from company A, you're working with company B, you can still use it. Okay?
Okay, so I mean, if, like let's say with the previous company, the I-140 or sorry, the H-1B is expiring very soon. The new company has to file H-1B, and then EAD will be transferred to the new company's H-1B, and then extension date will be like whatever the H-1B is on, right?
Yes, as long as the H-1B is maintained. The biggest problem people don't understand is not the EAD and H-4 which has a problem. It's actually the H-1 itself. Because whenever you pass 6 years, you're trying to transfer, okay, whenever you pass 6 years, before 6 years is not, the problem is not there. You have to have an I-140 alive at the time of the approval. It doesn't matter, people think, oh, I have some time left. No, it doesn't count. Yes, go ahead.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So this is a very important point because I wanted to make that clear to people because they get confused on that. Whenever you're moving to another company, you're doing a transfer after you pass 6 years. At the time of the transfer approval, not the filing, the I-140 has to be alive or some kind of extension, 365 days, has to be alive. If it dies before the transfer is approved, they will deny the transfer. Dying means basically the company revoke it. Right now, but once it's approved, you have 3 years. You're okay. Even they revoke it after that because you still have 3 years. But you have a problem because that 3 years belongs only to company B where you're moving. So you cannot use that same time and say, oh, I have 3 years now. I want to carry it forward to company C. If you want to move to C, you have to have another I-140 or any I-140 in your hand to do that. So this is where a lot of people get confused and they end up by losing their H-1B. So be very careful there. So I wanted to bring that on the table today because this is another issue that we talk about a lot. So Franco, I don't know if I have more callers right now. And today this is Attorney Shah Peerally live on air on KLOK 1170 AM. And our shows now are on 10 to 11 on Thursdays and Friday night, midnight to 1, which is early morning on Saturday, midnight to 1, so you can listen to it again. And since I have a lot of things to talk about, I don't know if I'll be able to take more callers right now. I don't know how much time is left, Franco, but we will be talking a little bit about, before I move to debt settlement, I wanted to talk a little bit about what's going on the front of news when it comes to immigration. Number one, UNNJ updates. 2 of the people who were helping students get visas with UNNJ have pleaded guilty yesterday of fraud, and they are probably going to get some time in jail and prison now, unfortunately. And those are that. And UNNJ situation, I heard that there is an attorney out there who's doing a class action, but again, I have not seen the class action, but it's a good attorney. I heard a lot of good things about him, so hopefully he will continue on that. And also H-1B, for those who have H-1Bs and you are an H-1B company, be very careful what you are using as your end client or even as your in-house projects, because if any of those are fake, they are also going in criminal charges against those companies. Actually, 2 persons was arrested yesterday too. So be very, very careful. All this thing is not a game. And hiring people who are not good lawyers or not lawyers doing that is bad. And we are, right now, that's all we are doing. We are spending more time correcting other people's mistakes than anything else. Mistakes are okay. We all make mistakes. But if there's fraud committed, you're going to be in trouble. Let me take one caller before I move to the next topic. This is Shah Peerally, you're live on air.
Hi.
Hello.
I've been listening to the previous question. I had a follow-up question similarly on that.
Yes,
so
sir.
after 6 years, if I transfer my H1 to another company,
Yes.
and if my wife is on H4 and H4 EAD, so once I go to the new company, I have to file my I-140. So question is, if I-140 is revoked from previous company before my I-140 is approved from the new company, then will H4 EAD die? And if
No,
it's not,
it doesn't. It doesn't die. I don't know. Someone wrote that on a forum somewhere, but that's not true. The H4 EAD, if it is already obtained, and at the time that you obtain it, the I-140 was good, or you were beneficiary of of a beyond 6 years extension, the EAD doesn't die like that. But if you are doing a transfer, the transfer of the H1 is broken in the middle. Somehow you have to do consular processing. Then you might have to refile. But people are confused and they're writing a lot of nonsense on those forums, and I really get sometimes irritated when I see what they write there. They don't know what they're talking about. Especially those famous forum has a lot of garbage. And just to let people know, you should not rely on them, because many of those famous, and most people know which one I'm talking about, those are not run by lawyers. They're run by companies that have nothing to do with law. And honestly, I don't know why the government is letting them do that, because this is illegal what they're doing in terms of giving legal advice without a license. But that's not the rule. The rule, if it is obtained, you have it at the time when the I-140 is approved. And if you have a beyond 6 years extension, it's still eligible for the H4 EAD. So the H4 EAD will not die just because the I-140 gets cut off. But the H1 can be a problem. The H1, if it is not transferred properly, or it is transferred and the I-140 gets cut off in the middle, then you might not get the H1. And if the H1 gets cut off, then the H4 and the EAD will get cut off. So it is very, very important that you talk to a good lawyer who understands that before you make any move or refile the case, okay?
So after 6 years, if H1 and H4 are properly transferred, then both are good. Only if H1 gets into any issue during the transfer, then H4 is also impacted. After 6 years, when I want to switch to a new company, is that correct?
Exactly. Because what happened, there are other permutations that can happen, but what you just said is exactly right. So, but I know someone called me yesterday. They said they're putting this all over this famous forum. I don't want to mention it, and people know which one I'm talking about. And they are writing this, but that's not the rule. Okay, make sure that people understand that. No, you don't get impacted. Worst case scenario, if you break the chain in the H1, you might have to get back on H4. Then you might have to refile a new one. But if you're doing the transfer properly, you're safe. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Franco, I will take one last caller before I have to talk a little bit about debt settlement. This is Shah Peerally. You're live in here.
Worst case scenario, if you break the chain in the H1,
hello? Hello?
then you might have to refile a new one.
Can you please turn the radio in the background, please? Hello? I think I have to move on, Franco. I don't know. I didn't get the call online. This is Shah Peerally. You're live in here.
Yeah, hi, Shah. This is Sudesh speaking.
Hi, Sudesh. How are you? Hi.
Hi.
Go ahead.
Thank you for taking my call.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah. This is regarding the citizenship.
Yes.
So when you apply for citizenship, I heard like minor kids will automatically get into citizenship.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, I'm completing my 5 years next August 10th.
Mm-hmm.
My son is getting 18 years on August 17th. So how many months before I can apply for citizenship? Or when I apply, if it turns into 18, what happens to that application?
Okay. So first of all, if you apply and you get the citizenship before your son turns 18, he will get it with you. Not at the application, but at the date it is given. So let's say he turns 18 before you swear in, he doesn't get it with you. Then he has to apply on his own. Okay? So, and then you can file for your citizenship depending on your case. It's usually either 2 years and 9 months, or if you're married to a U.S. citizen, or if it is 4 years and 9 months. But even if you apply this time, they won't give it to you like 4 months later. So it's not at the time you apply when your son is not 18. It's at the time they grant it to you. So if they grant it to you and your son has not turned 18, he gets automatic citizenship. But if he turns 18 even one day before, then he doesn't get it. Okay?
Oh, okay. So,
okay.
Usually how long it will take?
Depending where you are, but right now, because of background check, it's taking like 6 months to 8 months. Okay?
Okay. So, better to apply a separate application for him.
Yeah. It's at this point, I think yes, to be ready for that. Okay? And I think he will pass for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, ladies and gentlemen, I really apologize. We got so many callers today, and Franco was telling me the lines are blazing, and I'm trying my best to accommodate everybody, but sometimes I cannot. So, you can either call next week, next Thursday show, or you can also call us at the office to get a full consultation. The number is 510-742-5887, and I'm going to discuss a little bit about debt settlement. For example, here what we are talking here, we are talking about how people can get out of debts without filing for bankruptcy. And one of the things that people don't know is oftentimes in America, when you have debts are not usually criminal matters, right? That means you don't really get arrested if you owe someone, unless it's the government or it's tax. That might be a different issue. But we're talking about, for example, you owe credit cards. Unless you commit some fraud, you don't get arrested for it. And many people call me, so basically they are working pretty much all day just to pay credit cards, and they are not paying their food almost, their rent or things like that, because they want to pay the credit cards. But that's not the way it is in America. You can settle those debts. You can negotiate those debts. Of course, it might actually a little bit hurt your credit in the beginning, but quickly it will bring you back on track, because once you do the settlement, that means you settle with them for less than the amount due. You can end up by giving them a chance you can get a chance to start over on settlement. So settlement is bottom line works. You have $100,000 debt, for example, in credit cards, or $20,000. We go and we negotiate with them and tell them, you know what, you owe that much money. My client owe that much money. I'm willing to offer you a certain amount of money. Otherwise, we will take whatever we need to do to protect our client. By saying that, we get a chance to negotiate with them, and most of the time we are able to settle it for a fraction of its value. For example, we have a lot of examples where people we had one client who owed, I think, $600,000. We settled it for $200,000. Another one for, I think, $700,000. We settled it for $300,000. The only thing is that what you have to basically make sure you have some money to pay them for the settlement amount, because we cannot negotiate for you and say you will pay $20,000, for example, for $100,000, and you don't have the money. So be careful and make sure that you can negotiate on those. And those are not debt consolidation. We don't do that, and we don't believe in debt consolidation, because most of them are just fake stuff. So what we're doing here is what we call pre-litigation. We know there will be a lawsuit, or there's already a lawsuit. We negotiate with them. We say, hey, you know what, guys, we will work with you and get you out of this. And we do it in a way which protects your legal stuff and make you get a chance to move forward. One of the things many people try to do, they try to do it on their own, which is sometimes helpful, but oftentimes the problem is that by doing it on your own, you don't have the protection, the shield of the lawyer in between, and we are lawyers. So we can help you in dealing with those. The website to check is yourdebtsettlementattorney.com, yourdebtsettlementattorney.com. We can do that for second mortgages if the house is underwater. We can do it for credit cards. We can do it for many other things that we can help you with. And the other thing that we are doing also recently, a lot of people, they are getting basically their companies are going after them because they owe money. They say, oh, you did an H-1B with me. Now you left the company. You need to pay me. Usually they can't really claim that money but we can help you negotiate with them and get rid of those debts. We have done many of them and we have been very successful, and we recommend that you call us if you need help on those. 510-742-5887, and the website to check is yourdebtsettlementattorney.com, and also attorneyonair.com for immigration. Please check it. We want you to also subscribe to our videos. If you go on YouTube/Shah Peerally Law, we have a lot of information, because now I'm a little bit busy, so instead of writing articles, I am going ahead and filing. I'm basically putting videos out there, so we recommend that you check those. So ladies and gentlemen, anything I'm telling you today is for educational purposes only. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. And I think Amit is still there. Amit, are you there?
Hey, Shah, yes, I'm here.
Hi, Amit. Sorry I took a little bit longer today. So
No worries.
Amit, you have 8 minutes to go. So I wish you best of luck. And we will be back on Thursday from 10 to 11. On Monday. So good luck to you. And Franco, thank you so much. We'll be back on